what's going on? I'm Ryan Stewman, President and CEO of Break Free Academy and your favorite sales blogger over at hardcorecloser.com. Come on in, take a look. Welcome to Break Free Academy. This is our main office here. I'm going to do a little whiteboard demonstration for you. And today, this is super important. This is part of our sales team over here. You can kind of pan out and check out these guys. Wave to the camera. This is my man overdressed, and this is my man even more overdressed over here. And so, the boss man wears a hoodie. These guys are all wearing their button-up shirts today, looking all fancy. So, but here, I want to talk to you today about 5 closing tracks that will help you close more business. Now, listen, there's one thing that I always say about sales, and I didn't invent this. I just made it sound better. But you've probably heard the acronym KISS, like keep it simple, stupid. Well, I think that's a terrible way to say that. I like to say KISS, keeping it simple sales. Okay, so that's what I'm going to help you do today. That's why this video is important, because I'm going to help you close. Sales is going out there and having conversation. Closing is collecting the commissions that come from those sales, right? So there's a big difference. So the number one thing that I like to ask when I'm making a closing statement is what's next. So if I've explained somebody the benefits and I've said, here's what you're going to get, here's what you can expect, here's what's going to go from there, awesome, what's next? And see, what that does is that throws the ball in their court. You see, there's this awkward silence game that salespeople like to play. They say, sign here. And then there's the old saying, he who speaks first loses, right? Well, when I say sign here, what's next? Then they've got to speak first, so they've automatically lost, and we bypass the awkward silence and everything else. The second closing track that I like to use, it helps if you can spell. Good thing is you don't have to spell to sell, you know what I'm saying? Or have good handwriting, for that matter, is I like to say, would you like my help with that? So when I find out what somebody's pain point is, what somebody's problem is, and they say, yeah, man, I need more leads. Yeah, man, I need to be able to scale my business. I say, awesome, would you like my help with that? And at that point, I'm not putting some sort of pushy, pressureful close. I'm just asking, hey, would you like my help with that? And see, I find that questions close because questions lead to confessions. So many salespeople try to use statements to close, but I like to use questions to close because questions lead to confessions. You see what I'm saying? It's a big difference when I'm asking somebody questions to see what kind of feedback I'm going to get from them so I know how to maneuver through the closing process with them. So what's next? Would you like my help with that? The next one that I like is, how long have you been trying to fix that? So a lot of people have problems that they've been dealing with forever. They've got indecision. They're not sure what to do. They think they want the answer. They think they want some help, but they're just indecisive. Most humans don't live with intention, and they're not decisive. And so I ask them, so how long have you been trying to fix that? How long have you been trying to fix that? And what that does is that makes them realize, like, shit, I've been trying to fix this for years. And it lets them draw their own rational conclusion that they've been trying to fix this for years and they have not fixed it yet. Which leads me to the next closing question is, how much longer are you willing to stay the same? So you ask somebody, so how much longer are you willing to do things the same way that you've done them? Because we all know the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. So how much longer are you willing to stay the same? How much longer are you willing to endure that pain? There's an old saying about an old man sitting on the front porch and his dog's next to him and his dog's moaning. And the grandson of the old man comes up and he says, what's up with the dog moaning? And the old man says, he's sitting on a nail. And the grandson says, well, why doesn't he get up? Because it doesn't hurt enough yet. And that's the way most prospects are. They're sitting on a nail and they won't get up until it hurts enough. Now, the last thing that I like to do, and this is a little funny, you got to have a little finesse and a little humor for this one, is when people are on the fence, I like to say, are you on an electric fence? Sir, it seems like you're on the fence, but are you on an electric fence? Because it seems like you can't let go. Because like when you grab a hold of an electric fence, it just pulls you in and it shocks all your muscles and it won't let go. And that's the way most people are. They're sitting on an electric fence and they won't get off. And so when you say that, you got to say it with a smile. You can't say, well, are you on an electric fence? You got to say it with a smile. You got to say it with a little finesse, but it lets them understand that they've grasped a hold of something. They've got an attachment to something that's not serving them well, that they're not willing to let go of on their own. Now listen, if you're trying to get better at closing, and you're trying to get better at sales, and you're trying to get better at handling objections, then you need to go over to closercards.com. You can get our flashcards that have objections on one end. You write the rebuttal to the objection. Ask the top producer in your company to write the rebuttal to the objection. Ask your sales manager to write the rebuttal to the objection. Study the flashcards every single morning before you hit the sales floor, and in 30 days your life will change. Your commission checks will be bigger, all because you've armed your mind with things like these to help earn bigger commission checks. So go over to closercards.com. Make sure you look around this channel here. There's all sorts of sales content, all sorts of videos that'll help you out, all sorts of resources for you, the salesperson, so that you can get better at the one thing that you need to get better at in order to make more money, and that's closing sales. We'll catch you on the next video.